Lebanon's academic year has begun, but public school teachers are still absent. A 3-year-old economic crisis has affected the education sector, and they're on strike, saying they can't survive on salaries that have devalued to less than $100.
We don't have demands, we have rights. We can't keep on sacrificing. The education minister promised to give us transportation allowance from money pledged by donors, but this won't be enough.
Families, too, are struggling. Naya has to wear what was her elder sister's uniform because her parents can't afford a new one.
We can't pay transportation costs, so we have to walk to school. We also don't have enough money to send sandwiches with the children.
A recent study by the United Nations Children's Fund found that 38% of households in Lebanon had reduced their education expenses, compared with 26% in 2021. And 16% of children dropped out of school during the past 3 years. Before the financial meltdown, almost 60% of the country's 1.25 million students were in private schools, but fees now need to be paid in US dollars, making private education unaffordable for an impoverished population.
We're noticing that a lot of parents are not able to keep their children in private schools and are having to move them to public schools.
The World Bank says at least 55,000 students were transferred to an already underfunded public education system last year. Officials say meetings are being held with donor countries and international organizations to seek financial assistance, and pledges have been made, but they're not close to the $260 million needed to operate government-run schools. Critics say the ministry has failed in its preparation and management of the crisis.
The Ministry of Education is one of the most funded sectors in education in terms of grants. We had a study which says that 1.2 billion comes to the ministry in terms of grants and loans just for educational reform and to support the system. Where is the money going? Well, what has it been invested on?
The start of the academic year has been postponed several times already. The fear now is that it may not happen at all. Zeina, Khodr, Jazeera, Beirut.